It's a battle for second place in the Skyline Conference as the Knights of Mount St. Mary welcome the St. Joseph's of Long Island Golden Eagles to the Kaplan Center. Thanks for joining us alongside Lucas Stackpole. I'm Matt Scalzo. We're glad you could make us a part of your Tuesday night. Lucas, we talked about it during Mount St. Mary's contest against Farmingdale State over the weekend. This was going to be a big-time clash, and that's exactly what it is. Both of these teams come in at 10-3 in the Skyline Conference. The winner will take sole possession of second place. What are you watching out for in tonight's contest?
I mean, Matt, simply put, both of these teams are just wagons. I mean, 10-3, this game is for second place. The doubleheader we worked, I believe it was Saturday. This Mount St. Mary Knights team has won 4 straight, all of them by at least 40 points. Saturday it was 90-37, I believe, and that's probably the smallest margin. And as for the Golden Eagles, 10-3, they have the one up on the Knights this year, and they've won 6 out of their last 7. So this is going to be an absolutely electric clash of the Titans, man.
This is when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force, and you talked about that margin of victory. The average margin of victory in this 4-game winning streak for the Knights is 58.5 points. That is just absurd. You talked about the Golden Eagles. They've come in winners of 2 straight. This is a big-time clash between 2 very good programs that are both trying to cement themselves in the Skyline Conference behind U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. They're looking for that bye into the semifinals. The first meeting between these 2 is very close, a 3-point win for the Golden Eagles at home. This feels like a bit of a revenge game for the Knights.
Oh, for sure, and you already know there's going to be a big chip on their shoulder. We touched on this a little bit this weekend, but the Knights' 3 conference losses have all each come from the margin of defeat have all been 3 points, and they lost to Long Island in overtime in Long Island. It's in the Kaplan Center, and you're absolutely right, Matt. The Knights are going to be out for blood.
We'll take a look at the starting lineup. First for St. Joseph's Long Island, Isabella Sierra starts at guard along with Emma Kelly. Megan Spina joins Charlotte Tuhig, a former Mount St. Mary Knight. And Madeline Barone is the forward. Same starting 5 for the Knights as Maggie Trinkus wins the tip to Casey Love. Lauren Petrie comes back in the starting lineup along with Sarah Cashin and Brianna Guglielmo. So a slight change. Angelina Donato not in. Cashin stays in, and she converts to give an early lead to the Knights.
Fast start for the Knights, Matt, and this Knights offense, I mean, we're going to keep hammering just because it's a key point. They have been off the rails these last 4 games, and they're averaging 70 points a game.
Down the lane, dish off to Barone. Can't finish in close, and Knights get the ball back. Love pushing the pace up ahead to Trinkus. She stops along 2, rolls in and out, and an offensive rebound to Lauren Petrie. That is the thing to watch, is the paint battle between these 2. Mount St. Mary won the paint battle 40-20 in the first meeting between these 2.
And those who control the boards control the score, and Cashin goes inside. A lot of contact, no call. But expect a lot of second chance points. Good defense there.
Petrie jumps the lane to knock it out of bounds. In that earlier meeting between these 2, both sides had a double-digit lead that they eventually let squander. It was the Golden Eagles with an early 12-point lead, and then the Knights led by 11 in the third quarter, but eventually that mega fourth quarter from St. Joseph's Long Island eventually led to that 3-point win. They outscored the Knights by 12 in that final frame. Here's a takeaway.
And you already know the Knights haven't forgotten that. I mean, I expect this game to be a little more competitive than the last one, but certainly no blown 12-point leads for either side as that shot's way off.
Madeline Barone let the long 3 go. She has struggled from beyond the arc. She's now just 3 for 17 on the season, and that is an area to watch that Mary Dietz told me ahead of today's contest, the head coach for Mount St. Mary. She said the 3-point battle was huge in favor of St. Joseph's Long Island. Golden Eagles made 10 threes. The Knights just made 2. She's looking for better defense beyond the arc. Good job by Lauren Petrie coming back on defense to make that shot tough for Sierra.
And 2 minutes into the contest, I don't know if it's a combination of a shaky offense and a stellar defense, but the Golden Eagles have just gotten nothing to fall. A lot of bad misses. Love gets inside, gets the fall.
Casey Love picks up right where she left off. A career-high 17 points in the win against Farmingdale State. Coach Marion Dietz described it as a refreshing sight to see her put up that kind of performance. Tough lay for Emma Kelly. Love with good defense.
And another close miss for the Golden Eagles.
Petrie steps inside, doesn't get it, but she rips it away for another chance. And Cashin got into trouble, but was bailed out as it hit off the leg of Charlotte Tuhig, a former Mount St. Mary Knight.
Just fell right into a double team, didn't have anybody in her immediate area. I mean, if that was intentional, nicely done. Either way, the Knights get the ball back.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Cashin struggles with it and throws it away. She was trying to find Maggie Trinkus under the basket, but just a discombobulated possession there for the Knights.
Solid defense so far from the Golden Eagles as well. A lot of errant passes for the Knights, and if you can stay in the Knights' hair the whole game, force those kind of passes, you'll be in a solid spot. I expect shots to start falling soon.
Sierra just can't get it to go on the runner, but she rips it out of the hands of Guglielmo. Tuhig, an elbow jumper, comes up short. Cashin has it. Up ahead to Petrie, who smartly avoided a double team and lets Casey Love trigger the offense. And another turnover for Mount St. Mary. That is the fourth for the Knights in these first 4 minutes.
And both teams just playing stellar defense. I mean, we're about 4 minutes into the quarter, and the Golden Eagles still haven't scored.
St. Joseph's Long Island is 0 for 7 from the floor to start this contest.
And again, we've seen a lot of games like this. A lot of good looks, not terrible shots. Just nothing's falling. Late foul call there.
First time we hear the whistle from this officiating crew. Carlos Alvarez is the ref. Kamal Pasha is one of the umpires, along with Andre Smith. Casey Love gets called with the block. And Charlotte Tuhig will go to the line and converts on the first free throw. She shoots 76% from the line this season. And as I said, is a Mount St. Mary transfer, led the team in scoring last season. She splits the two, and then a foul called against Madeline Barone. Coach Dietz said it's a little strange to see if one of your former players on the other side of the court, but she said Charlotte left on good terms, and they know what to expect from her. A speedy player, can play it off the bounce, and is an incredible shooter as that one's tipped out of bounds. And we'll see Aaron LaFaro come in for the first time tonight.
This Long Island defense has been a flat-out no-fly zone. A lot of defective passes, a lot of just completely wild passes.
LaFaro doubled inside. Sierra takes it away and then gets called for a double dribble. She was looking up ahead. Ball got stuck in her feet. She knew it as soon as it happened.
I don't want to call this a sloppy start because both teams have looked really good on the defensive end, but, I mean, if you had told me before tip-off that 4.5 minutes into the contest I'd be looking at a 4-1 score, I'm not sure I'd have believed you.
Those are two of the top defenses in the Skyline. Mount St. Mary giving up just 48 points per game. St. Joseph, Long Island, not far behind with 56 points per game allowed. Guglielmo's got an open look from beyond the arc. Comes up short. Petrie, an offensive rebound again. Goes back up, can't finish. Tuhig scoops it up. She's got some open space.
The Knights doing a solid job on the offensive boards early on, as that one is going to be taken away.
And then thrown back away by Petrie. The drop pass to Sierra.
And that's just one thing you can't do. That's a fairly uncontested errant pass, and it's going to lead to points of transition. First basket from the field for St. Joe's.
Petrie off to LaFaro, puts up the three, puts it in. Aaron LaFaro knocks through the triple. The lead grows to 4. First 3 of the night for either side.
Exactly what the doctor ordered there. A lot of struggling offensive possessions. Good look, good shot, perfect.
Tuhig looking for help. Love jumps the pass. In some trouble and avoids the turnover. Coach Dietz wanted a foul call. Did not get it.
Physical game so far, 1 foul for either side, but for the most part, the referees have kept it in their pockets.
Petrie just escapes. Love off to Guglielmo. And that what could have been a jump ball, but the refs, as you've said, they've been letting them go. Leads to 2 points for the Knights.
Nicely done, and the Knights starting to put one foot in front of the other. See if Long Island has an answer.
Down the lane, it is Megan Spina that has the answer. She's the leading scorer on this team, averaging over 12 points per game.
And this on-ball defense for the Golden Eagles has just been relentless.
Petrie puts up the 3, comes up short. Guglielmo saves it into the hands of Casey Love with 10 to shoot.
Offensive rebounds, Matt.
Petrie puts it up again. Off the mark. How about another offensive rebound, but it's thrown away and picked off by Emma Kelly. She loses it, and Guglielmo's got it.
The Knights catch a big break there. Again, those are just the things you can't do.
Trinkus in the corner. Rolls in and out, and ball's loose. Kelly with a good job fends away Petrie. Spina, the Euro step. Off the mark, Barone the follow. And a timeout taken by Kerry Connolly, a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep it right here. Connolly in his 4th season at the helm of this Golden Eagles team, a 62-32 overall record. Coach Dietz in her 2nd season, 2 of the top coaches in this conference, and both have had incredible runs in conference play. Coach Dietz especially 27-6 in Skyline play for Mount St. Mary. She's consistently proved that this is one of the top teams in the Skyline Conference, and they feel that they have a chip on their shoulder from last season, and especially, as you talked about, a 3-point loss earlier in the season to this very Golden Eagle team.
Oh, for sure, and it's always going to be a marquee matchup each time these teams play. Just respectively, such good programs, and every time they play, it's always an exciting matchup. And again, we're going to keep going back to that 3-point loss. I believe it was an extra time, and then 9-7 so far in the first quarter. It's been as advertised.
45th all-time meeting between these two schools. It's been dominated by Mount St. Mary, 39-5, but you talked about those closely contested games. All 5 of the wins for the Golden Eagles have come by 7 points or less. As Love goes right down the lane, comes up short. Coach Dietz wanted a foul call.
A lot of contact inside, but still, for the most part, referees are letting them play.
Tuhig's got the open 3. Long rebound into the hands of Spina in the corner.
Both teams are going to have to find a way to limit the offensive boards.
Tuhig, skip to Spina. Works against Trinkus. Drop pass. Love pokes it away, goes out of bounds. Last off of the Golden Eagles, Gabrielle Andriacci. Got her fingertips on it, diving after it. As we near the final 2 minutes in this opening quarter, a 9-7 advantage for the Knights. LaFaro inside to Cashin. Donato takes it inside, up with the right hand, and a strong finish from Angelina Donato, who did not get the start tonight, had started the prior 7 contest. Comes off the bench and gets an early bucket.
Good job getting inside. I mean, obviously 4 points isn't a lead you're comfortable with, but it does give you a little bit of breathing room, especially in a game like this.
Taking the deep shot. Offensive rebound, that was Felicia Barrios. Spina tried her luck, and ball comes into the arms of Donato. Cashin has it poked away. Petrie rushes in, gets it over to Love. Donato back inside to cash in. And Spina has been very active defensively, making those passes inside very tough. Some more contact. No whistle once again.
Long Island has a hard time just finishing at the rim.
Cashin puts up a three, rattles it in. She wanted the and one call. But either way, it leads to a 7-point advantage. This has been a physical first quarter, but as we saw over the weekend, Lucas, this Knights team can play any style of basketball.
Absolutely, and we really hammered it on Saturday. This team can beat you from all angles, and that's just what makes them lethal. They can beat you inside, outside, on both sides of the ball. And, I mean, it's the first quarter, so we're not going to jinx anybody, but we can see it on display a little bit here. Good shooting, great defense, good interior finishing.
7 seconds to shoot. Donato has it knocked away, gets it back, spins inside, and finishes right before the horn. Angelina Donato stays with it. And the Knights take a 7-point lead heading into the second quarter. Lucas, a physical first half. Not a lot of whistles, just foul for either side. These refs are really letting them go.
Yeah, but I mean, and the refs giveth, the refs taketh away. I mean, it's fun letting them play, but again, a lot of girls are looking for fouls here, not getting them. Good and bad thing. If you're Coach Marion Dietz, I think you have to feel really good about this first half. I mean, there are obviously things you can clean up on, limit the offensive boards for the Golden Eagles, and take care of the ball. I mean, it's a 7-point game. You have a little bit of breathing room, but for as good as this Golden Eagles team is, and for how the last game went, you just got to take care of the rock.
Both teams have been getting offensive boards, 4 for the Knights, 5 for the Golden Eagles. The Knights, through the first 10 minutes, heavily out-shooting the Golden Eagles, 43% from the floor. Meanwhile, for St. Joseph's Long Island, they are just 23% overall as a team, and they're 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. We'll take a quick breather. Second quarter action coming up from the Kaplan Center. Second quarter coming up from the Kaplan Center. The Mount St. Mary Knights with an early lead through the first 10 minutes, 16-9 over St. Joseph's Long Island. Matt Scalzo alongside Lucas Stackpole. Glad you could be with us. Lucas, Coach Dietz told me ahead of today's game 2 of the things she wanted to focus on, getting off to a faster start and limiting the 3-point shooting of the Golden Eagles. She has done both of those with her team today so far.
Oh, it's perfect. I mean, the Golden Eagles still, 0 for 3 from the field, and the Knights up 7, really fast start. And if you're the Knights now, you just can't get complacent. I mean, it's a perfect start. It's exactly what Coach Dietz wanted her team to do. They've done it really well so far.
Into lane.
Rejected.
Sierra Quinn, and then I believe that was last touched by St. Joseph's Long Island, but they signal it to the Golden Eagles, and now the referees will come together, and they will say it still stays with the Golden Eagles.
And I'll say this Knights defense has just been sweltering to start the game. Travel there.
Spina with the shot clock winding down, had to make a quick move, and she moved her feet too quickly before she was able to get a shot off. And Elizabeth LaFaro, who has just checked into the game, now limps off the floor. And quite some discomfort in front of the Mount St. Mary bench.
Big piece of the Knights offense. Hopefully she's okay.
Big 3-point shooter, and off the bench she's been big as of late as Petrie heaves a 3, rolls in and out. And hauling in the board is Andriacci.
Good look there. Get the ball inside. It'll leave somebody open on the perimeter. Good shot. Those are start to fall.
Double dribble called against Charlotte Tuhig. She'll check out. Emma Kelly comes in.
Now, if you're the Knights, you've gotten turnovers on back-to-back possessions. You have to start distancing yourself. Get yourself some offense here. Put yourself in a really good position for the rest of the game.
Quinn inside to Cashin. Cashin inside, working against Spina, trying to kick to the corner, and Quinn, good job by Isabella Sierra to knock it out of bounds. Shot clock down to 11. The Knights have been trying to work inside, and that obviously was a strength in the first meeting between these two with the 40 points in the paint. Love drives inside, goes up with the right, and Casey Love with a nice move pushes the lead up to 9.
And you can tell the interior defense was a point of emphasis for the Golden Eagles. Every time the ball gets inside the arc, instant double team makes it hard to get a good pass back out.
Love gets called for the foul. She was straight up, but caught the arm of Barrios, and Felicia Barrios will head to the line, an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Love will check out, and Guglielmo will come in. Love checks out with 4 points, 2 for 3 from the floor. Barrios knocks through the first free throw.
Big free throw there for Long Island. Struggle to score from the floor so far, so you take points any way you can get them.
They are 4 for 18 as a team shooting so far. And Barrios goes 2 for 2 on that trip at the line, and now a press. But Donato does a good job to get by.
If you're Long Island now, you pull out all the stops. Down 7. Fairly struggling on offense.
Guglielmo inside. Last touch out of bounds by Kelly. It was poked at by Donato.
And it works the exact same way for the Knights. You're working with a 7-point lead. Try and score. Draws a foul there.
Guglielmo does a good job, set off the inbound. Used Sarah Cashin as a screen and drew the foul against Spina. It'll be 3 shots for Guglielmo.
Good chance now here to catch your breath and put some more points on the board.
Guglielmo, a 70% free throw shooter on the season. She's been the engine of this offense over the last 9 games. She's got double figures in 7 of them. Bounces in and out on the second one. She gets another one here, though. Coach Dietz says over the last month, she's fully understood her role in the offense, and that's why you've seen her output take off. She tracks down that rebound.
And the Knights doing a really good job crashing the glass.
Quinn had an open 3 off some nice passing. Kelly brings it in, but again, another double dribble against this Golden Eagles team.
That's 3 off-the-ball turnovers. That's a travel, 2 double dribbles. Have to clean it up if you want this game to stay competitive.
Madeline Barone checks back in. She replaces Spina. Guglielmo, the kick out to Petrie. She'll attack and gets called for a travel. Both teams not allowing either side to gain any momentum in the painted area so far.
Both teams it's like a game of tug of war. Both teams just deadlocked on the defensive end. The Golden Eagles need to make an effort to get back into it, and conversely, the Knights need to make an effort to pull away.
Sierra will put up the 3. She needed a different club on that one. Well long. And Struggles from beyond the arc continue for the Golden Eagles. They just haven't had the chances fully. That was one of their better looks, but they're still 0 for 4. Coach Dietz harped on creating that pressure on the perimeter, and her team has heard her message.
I'd say the Knights have the Golden Eagles on their heels. Definitely stellar defensive effort. They just need to take initiative.
Trinkus will come in for Cashin, and Sarah Cashin, she has been battling inside the whole night so far. It's been physical, and she's been up to the task.
Really good job on the boards, too.
Trinkus hounded by Barone, and now she gets charged with a foul. Maggie Trinkus, just a freshman, but Coach Dietz says she doesn't act like a freshman, and she certainly got plenty of experience. She started playing on her varsity basketball team for her high school when she was in 8th grade. And that's poked out of bounds. 9 seconds to shoot for the Knights. Guglielmo will trigger the inbound. Trinkus inside Donato, finds some open space and puts it in off the window. A beautiful find for Maggie Trinkus. The lead is up to double figures for Mount St. Mary.
And for an interior defense, it's really been an iron curtain this whole game. Really good job figuring out the defense for 2 big points.
Tuhig launches, and it's an air ball. You're starting to see the Golden Eagles maybe just press a little to see that first 3 fall through. They have still not converted from beyond the arc, one of the staples of this team.
And expect this Knights team to stay on the attack. They're up 10, but they're not comfortable.
Donato inside was trying to dish it to Trinkus. Kelly steals it away. Shannon Phelan has come into the game for Mount St. Mary. Tuhig off the bounce. Good defense by Petrie. Ball bounces around, ends in the hands of Tuhig.
And that's just one thing you can't do. Big stop, looking to build momentum. You have to take care of the ball.
Well, Knights dig in once again defensively. They force a miss. Trinkus draws another foul. The 3rd in this quarter by the Golden Eagles.
And that's the one grievance, or that's the one thing the Knights have not done well, is they just need more ball security. 4 turnovers in the first quarter, several more now. The Golden Eagles still have only scored 2 points this quarter. And I believe both of them came from the free throw line.
And that they did. The trip from Felicia Barrios. Trinkus inside. Kick to the corner, Guglielmo. Extra pass, Phelan. Comes up long, and Sierra will draw the foul as Guglielmo came crashing in on the loose ball. Sierra falls down. Carrie Connolly irate on the St. Joseph's Long Island bench.
And for better or for worse, the referee's still letting them go at it.
Sierra into the lane and a strong finish through contact. That's a big basket just to get one to go from the floor. First one of this quarter.
And with a stop here, the Golden Eagles can finally build a little bit of momentum.
Phelan traveled in the lane before Trinkus was knocked through that long 2. As you've talked about, Lucas, those turnovers starting to stack up for Mount St. Mary. They're up to 10 total on the game, 8 for St. Joseph's Long Island. Neither team has been particularly great in taking care of the basketball.
And total score this quarter, defense has been really the hallmark of this contest. The scoring for this quarter, 5-4 in favor of the Knights.
Tuhig puts up the three, puts it in. First triple of the night for St. Joseph's Long Island, and it comes from Charlotte Tuhig. That's a big basket, brings the lead down to 5.
Couldn't have come at a better time. Score, force a turnover, big three-point basket. We'll see how the Knights respond.
Donato doubled and draws the foul against Sierra, who came from that weak side. That's the 4th foul in this quarter against the Golden Eagles.
If you're the Knights, you're still up 5. Of course, you can't get complacent, but you still have a little bit of breathing room. Take a deep breath, take care of the basketball. Another travel.
That one against Trinkus. Thought it was about to be a three-point play for the Knights. Instead, it's the 12th team turnover.
But both teams, as the first half winds down, both teams have really just shot themselves in the foot.
Shot clock under 10. Tuhig, kick out Kelly, open three, got it. Back-to-back possessions with a three.
Just a defensive breakdown there from the Knights. 23 seconds of really good defense. Double the ball on the perimeter. That'll leave somebody open.
And the lead is cut down to 2. Guglielmo looks for the answer. And it went out of bounds off of Sierra. She kind of fell out of bounds with it, and so the Knights will retain possession with a fresh 20. Casey Love comes in, and Coach Dietz will call a timeout as Golden Eagles have gone on a quick 6-0 run, a 30-second timeout with 2:34 left to go in the second quarter. Lucas and I will take a timeout as well just to catch our breath. We'll be back after this. I need water. Back out of the timeout. 2:34 left to go in the second quarter. It's just a 2-point lead for the Knights that led by as many as 10 in this second quarter. Matt Scalzo, Lucas Stackpole, glad you could make us a part of your Tuesday night. Battle for second place between these two schools.
Much needed timeout. The Knights, I feel like, needed a deep breath. Can't get anything going inside. For the Eagles, basket. Forced a turnover, three-pointer, forced a turnover, three-pointer, blocked shot, and now you're just down 2 with the ball. Huge turnaround for St. Joseph's Long Island.
Chance to tie or take the lead. They're going to go for the lead with Spina well off the mark, but tracking down the rebound was Andriacci. Trinkus does a good job to reach in, nearly takes it away. And with 2 minutes left to go, Aaron LaFaro will check in place of Brianna Guglielmo. Trinkus will guard the inbound. She makes it tough. 5'10". She's got a long wingspan of about 6 feet. Spin of the kick to the corner. Kelly with the shot clock winding down. Rattles in and out. Nearly another late in the shot clock clutch gene from the Golden Eagles and Emma Kelly would have given them the lead.
Nearly another offensive rebound, too.
And an offensive foul called on the screen against Mount St. Mary, and back it swings to the Golden Eagles for a chance to take their first lead of the night. They have yet to lead in this game. There's been 0 ties.
And that's the biggest mistake we saw in the last meeting, Matt, is the Knights have let the Golden Eagles get up off the mat. And obviously credit to the defense, but the Knights are making a lot of mental mistakes, turnovers, offensive fouls. You're not going to win a basketball game, especially not against a good team playing like that. Another offensive rebound.
Deep three, got it. It's Andriacci. And the Golden Eagles are in front for the first time tonight on an 11-0 run.
Slow the game down. You're still only down by a basket. Find a way to get inside and score.
LaFaro had it poked away by Sierra. She turns it over and then fouls her with 44.6 seconds to go. Sarah Cashin will come in place of Aaron LaFaro.
And with just 44 seconds left in the half, the Knights might get saved by the bell, but the Golden Eagles have just taken off these last 5 minutes.
In the first meeting, it was a hot start for the Golden Eagles before Mount St. Mary came on strong. And then the Golden Eagles had that late push. It's been the reverse so far in this first half. Tuhig, another three. Good box out by Trinkus. Jump ball, possession. And the arrow points towards the Knights.
Shot clock turned off. If you're the Knights, just hold it these last 25 seconds, see if something comes up. I expect Coach Dietz to have drawn up a play here.
Over to Love, 7 seconds to go. Swings it up top, Petrie, spins away from Tuhig, and she travels before she can get down the lane. 3.6 seconds left. Chance for one last shot for the Golden Eagles if they're able to create some space. Spina gonna let it go from beyond half court, comes up short, and the first half will come to a close. The Knights got off strong. They were leading until late in the contest. It was Gabrielle Andriacci with the deep three, the third triple of the third quarter, gave St. Joseph's Long Island the lead. They head into the halftime break on an 11-0 run. Lucas, we talked about it was going to be a heavyweight fight, and so far it has lived up to that.
Oh, it's been as advertised, and just really a nightmare finish to the first half for the Knights. Up 10, had a chance to put the Golden Eagles away. Were playing stellar defense and just couldn't do it. The Golden Eagles up off the mat, 13-0 run, I believe, to close out the half, and we're in for a photo finish.
Well, Lucas and I will step away for halftime. Second half action, coming up in about 14 minutes' time. We'll be back with you from the Kaplan Center after this. 20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go inside the Kaplan Center in a top 3 clash in the Skyline Conference. St. Joseph's Long Island with a 22-21 lead as we come into the second half. Matt Scalzo alongside Lucas Stackpole. Glad you can make us a part of your Tuesday night. Lucas, it's been a good one so far. We've talked about the physicality of this game, how the refs are kind of letting things go. But at that end of that second quarter, it was St. Joseph's Long Island that ended it on an 11-0 run, and they really got that 3-point game going. Shot 3 for 8 in the second quarter. Meanwhile, for Mount St. Mary's, a team, they were just 2 for 8 shooting in that second quarter, which isn't bad, but just 8 shots in that quarter overall speaks to the sloppiness and the careless basketball they played in that second 10 minutes.
Absolutely, and the Long Island kicked it into high gear to close out the second half, as we saw. I think the Knights a little bit got saved by the bell. The bleeding stopped. The big thing for the Knights is they're still very much in this game. They're only down 1, and for the grand scheme of things, they've been in control most of the contest. The biggest thing is they just have to take care of the ball. 13 turnovers, a lot of them on careless mistakes, errant passes, double dribbles, travels. In a big game like this, with an opponent like the Golden Eagles, you just can't be that careless.
Looking back at the first half, 13 turnovers for Mount St. Mary, 8 for St. Joseph's Long Island. The Knights winning the rebounding battle 22-18, but the offensive rebound battle leans in favor of the Golden Eagles, 9-7 in that category. Starters back out for both sides, and we are underway in the second half. Emma Kelly will control for the Golden Eagles. They outscored Mount St. Mary 13-5 in that second quarter. And Sarah Cashin, who has had a strong game so far, forces the turnover. And the Knights will look to strike quickly to begin this second half.
For the Knights, you had halftime to lick your wounds. You're still down 1, very much in this contest. Just get back into it.
Love's got an open 3, and she hits. Exactly how you want to start this second half. Turnover on defense and a triple on the offensive end.
Matt, I expect the second half to be an absolute slugfest. The Knights are going to look to claw their way back into the game, and the Eagles are going to look to stay hot. Good defense inside. It'll stick with the Golden Eagles. But that's exactly the start you want.
Good defense by Lauren Petrie, poking it out of the hands of Charlotte Tuhig. Petrie only left the floor for 28 seconds in that first half, played 19 minutes and 32 seconds. Not sure if she'll leave the floor in this second half either. She is the X factor defensively for this Knights team. Shot clock winding down. Tuhig comes up short. Shot clock didn't reset.
Did that not hit the rim?
I believe it did, and this officiating crew will say it did. Of Carlos Alvarez, Kamal Pasha, and Andre Smith. We haven't had to say their names too much. Not too many foul calls to go around.
It's the right call. The Golden Eagles will get a fresh 20. But if you're the Knights, that's the thing you have to cut down on. That's 25 seconds of really good defense. Force a missed shot. You have to come down with that rebound.
Cashin with active hands once again as the shot clock will move under 10. Comes to Spina. Goes inside against Trinkus. Good defense by Maggie Trinkus. Plucks it out of the air. Casey Love will run in transition. And she'll slow down as she crosses half court.
And that 20 seconds of defense, perfect.
Cashin looking inside. Pass was just a bit off for Guglielmo. Spina looks to take it herself, and Cashin turns it away once again.
Electric start on defense for the Knights here in the second half.
Barone goes baseline, stepped out of bounds. Another turnover for the Golden Eagles. Guglielmo is quite upset after that pass from Cashin. She was looking for it a bit more inside.
And this nice defense has the Golden Eagles on an island. This is the mistake we saw in the first half. They played really good defense, but it didn't translate to the offensive end. If you're the Knights, good finish there.
Cashin nearly called for a travel but just was able to flip it up, and it leads to a basket. Kelly looks for the answer. Long rebound into the hands of Petrie.
If you're the Knights, keep forcing stops and then just put your pedal to the metal. It'll take you far.
Love drives inside.
Got it.
What a finish by Casey Love. She continues to pick up right where she left off in that 17-point performance against Farmingdale State. She moves up to 9 points. That is a game high for Casey Love, and that refreshing sight that Coach Marion Dietz talked about shows its head once again. She was telling me earlier in the season, Casey, she's the heartbeat of this team. As Spina gets an open look, can't convert. She's the heartbeat of this team, really the engine that makes this whole team go, and she kind of does a little bit of everything. Anytime she would score, she kind of referred to it as bonus points. So for her to get 17 bonus points in that win against Farmingdale State was huge, as Guglielmo gets called for an offensive foul.
Well, I don't know about that one, Matt.
Coach Dietz isn't happy about it either. I think that might be the first time I've seen a play like that get called against the offense.
The defender didn't even go to the ground. I mean, you have a lot of contact there, sure, offensive foul, but a charge? I don't know.
Comes back, and maybe that's a ball don't lie as Casey Love takes it away. She runs the floor off to Trinkus, corner 2, off the mark, loose ball. Guess who's there? It's Casey Love once again.
And I'll tell you, Matt, this is turning into the heavyweight fight we both hoped it would be. Both teams trading big scoring runs. Right now, the Knights are on one. Cashin puts up a 3, won't go. But stellar defense to open the second half. They just have to keep this intensity.
Spina had some separation, but she hasn't been great from beyond the arc. 0 for 4 on the day. Sierra finds Spina at the back door. Nice find. Cuts the lead down to 4.
Good job there finding the open woman for the Golden Eagles. Big basket at the right time.
Trinkus inside. Kick out to Love, and she traveled once again. This might be one of the few times this season that we've seen Trinkus have those freshman mistakes, if you will. A few times tonight, really, that she's been called with that travel.
And it's tricky because it's not exclusively her. It's a lot of just mistakes like that. And for a team with a 4-point lead, an extremely narrow 4-point lead, you just can't afford those kinds of mistakes. It's what started to kill them to close out the first half. And I can't imagine they'll let it kill them in the second half.
Cashin again with some active hands, pokes it away. Shot clock under 10. Cashin again. Pokes it out of the hands of Sierra, and she goes to the hardwood again.
And Cashin has been nails on defense so far. 4 seconds on the shot clock for the Golden Eagles. Should the Knights force a shot, hopefully grab a rebound.
4 more seconds of strong defense, and it's a turnover. Donato takes it away. Angelina Donato, who's come off the bench today, has been a strong part of this offense and defense. She forces the foul against Sierra on the reach-in.
A little too aggressive there, and the Knights will get 20.
Second foul against Sierra. Donato inside, kick out Petrie, open look from deep, got it.
Big shot there.
Pass it inside, let the defense collapse, and the kick out to Petrie. Second triple of the third quarter for the Knights. They are 2 for 2 from beyond the arc in this quarter after going 0 for 4 in the second.
And that's been the Achilles heel for the Golden Eagles defense. So that shot won't go. Offensive rebound Knights. They've been so committed to stopping the ball inside, which they have done well. But if you double the ball, as soon as it gets inside the arc, somebody on the perimeter will be open. And if the Knights can start making a pay, we see it here. Love for 3, well off. Out of bounds, no foul. Knights ball.
Well, you talked about it right there. The pass into LaFaro. Help side defense came. The kick out to Love. You like what you're seeing in terms of how to attack inside against this defense. And then Petrie on that defensive play, just letting the baseline be that secondary defender as Donato loses it. Numbers, Tuhig. Off the window, gets it to go.
And we talked about it a little bit earlier in the broadcast. The Knights dominated in the paint in the last contest. You can tell it was a point of emphasis for St. Joseph's.
They're still winning that paint battle today, 18-10, but it was 40-20 in the first meeting. Cashin up top, LaFaro. She sets her feet, comes up short. Cashin, an offensive rebound. Went back up with it. She saves it. And it's up to the Spina, who looks to spring it up ahead to Sierra. And Aaron LaFaro does a good job just to shield it away from Sierra. Goes out of bounds, and both teams, or excuse me, just St. Joseph's Long Island will make a substitution. Emma Kelly will come in for Isabella Sierra, who played the most minutes for the Golden Eagles in the first half, playing 19 minutes.
This is still as physical a game as we've seen. It's any combination of the referees keeping in their pockets and disciplined basketball, but still just one foul each, 7.5 minutes into the quarter.
Cashin, there's the kick again. Petrie lines it up, comes up short, trying to follow her own rebound, but it went over her head.
Those are the last two possessions. The ball's gone inside to Cashin. Cashin's been able to kick it out for an open look. Good shot there.
Charlotte Tuhig continues to produce. She moves up to 9 points, ties Casey Love for a game high. The two former guards that were on the court so much together last year, dueling in this heavyweight fight.
And heavyweight fight is the perfect way to describe it. These teams have really just traded runs. The Knights went on a 7-0 run to open a half. The Golden Eagles now on a 5-0 run of their own, down by 2.
Foul charged against Emma Kelly on the reach-in. Lead down to 2. LaFaro gets called for a travel. Spina did a good job to jump in between and hedge that dribble handoff.
Both teams just incredible defensive effort, both sides of the ball. See if St. Joseph's Long Island can tie it up again.
Elizabeth LaFaro is coming to the game, and she gets charged with a push. We saw her come in for 28 seconds in the second quarter, but she exited with an injury, so it's good to see her back out there. And she doesn't exactly agree with the call. Up top, deep three on the way. Long rebound. Trinkus does a good job to backs out Spina.
Good job contesting the shot, too. Really easy to foul there. Good job there from Quinn.
Faro inside. Gets called for a travel. See, I'm one for, letting people play, but that's one right there that I'm never one to really pick on the refs, but that one feels a bit borderline.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part of letting them play is at some point you're just like, yeah, that probably should have been a foul. And it's hard because it's harder for the referees when you let them play. It just comes harder and harder to draw that line of what's a foul and what isn't. That being said, I am with you. I think she probably should have gotten rung up for that one.
Under a minute to go in the third. Donato inside. Love from the corner. Got it again. Casey Love into double figures for the second consecutive game. She's got 11.
Big shot there. Gives the Knights at least a 2-possession lead. Again, you're not comfortable with a 4-point lead, but you do have a little bit of breathing room.
And now LaFaro gets called for her second personal foul in a matter of minutes, and she again pleads her case, and especially to be called on the travel on one end and 2 pushes on the other end.
In a game like this, you just can't afford to give the other team any opportunity to get back in it. That was the fatal flaw in the first half for the Knights. not so much to open this third quarter. I say open this third quarter like there's not a minute left, but not so much a theme in this third quarter, which is a really good thing.
Barrios controls. Drives inside. LaFaro pokes it away. And possession will stay with the Golden Eagles. 34 seconds to go in the quarter. 15 on the shot clock.
Long three. Good
Got
shot.
it. Barrios nails the triple. That's her first of the evening. Gets up to 5 points. It's been a balanced effort from this Golden Eagles team. Now they trail by 1. Shot clock is dark. Love will control. Horns action for the Knights.
Take care of the ball here. If you remember, the possession to close out the half got cut short due to a travel. Good defense there.
Up ahead, Spina. She's got 2 seconds. Dribbles it off her foot. LaFaro will hold as this third quarter will come to a close. It was a 1-point lead at the half for the Knights, or excuse me, for the Golden Eagles. It's a 1-point lead as we head into the final frame for the Knights. Lucas, we've talked about it, that heavyweight fight. It stayed the same. What are your keys for this fourth quarter?
For the Knights, take care of the ball. Please take care of the ball. I would argue, despite that big 10-0 run to close out the half for the Golden Eagles, the Knights have been in the driver's seat most of the game. Really good on offense, really good on defense. Their mistakes, they've just shot themselves in the foot a lot, which in a game against a 10-3 opponent, a team you're competing with for that second seed, you just can't afford those mistakes.
There's just been 2 lead changes in this contest. The Knights jumped ahead early. It was that 1-point lead heading into the half for the Golden Eagles, and then the Knights once again have held the lead. We'll be heading into the final 10 minutes. Just 1 point separating these two. It'll be a good one. You won't want to miss it. We'll be back after this. Into the fourth quarter we go from the Kaplan Center. Mount St. Mary with a 1-point lead over St. Joseph's Long Island. Matt Scalzo, Lucas Stackpole, glad you could be with us. It's a battle for second place. Both teams 10-3 in conference play. Winner will move into sole possession of that number 2 spot behind U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, who is yet to lose in Skyline play this season. Cashin inside. A lot of contact, again no whistle. And last touched out of bounds by Mount St. Mary. It was a close meeting earlier between these two back in November, I believe. No, it was December, my apologies. At the start of December, 66-63, St. Joseph's Long Island used a big fourth quarter, outscored the Knights 27-15 as the Knights appear to have gone into a little bit of a zone to start this fourth quarter.
A little bit curious considering there's not much to improve upon for the Knights on the defensive end. Open look.
Spina is long on the 3. Petrie comes out of the pile with the rebound, and Love draws a foul against Barrios. It was a late whistle. I thought they were going to let him go once again.
Almost not called. I think the straw that broke the camel's back there was the grab. There was a grab at the end, and then the referee finally rung her up. Like we were talking about, Matt, it's hard to just distinguish that line when you let them play of what's a foul and what isn't a foul.
Love gets inside, gets her own rebound, kick out up top. Cashin swings it to Donato. Petrie's got an open look in the short corner, and it rolls off the front rim. Lucas has talked about the turnover battle throughout today's contest, and it is a big margin in favor of the Golden Eagles. They've just turned it over 13 times, 20 turnovers for the Knights, and Sarah Cashin gets charged with a push against Sierra, cutting inside. She puts her arms up saying, well, I've gotten away with it through the first 3 quarters. What's changed now?
And in a sense, the Knights have really caught a break. 20 turnovers against a good team, and they're winning the game by 1. That's been the big gripe for the Golden Eagles, is they've had a lot of chances to pull away, a lot of chances, forcing a lot of turnovers, and they haven't made good on it. Good move to get inside, shot won't fall.
Trinkus, another rebound. The Knights did a good job controlling the glass in that third quarter and taking away offensive rebounds from the Golden Eagles, who have 12 on the game. Overall, the rebounding battle, 31-24 through 3 quarters.
Stat that does jump off the page, though, is 7 second chance points for the Golden Eagles to Mount St. Mary's 1.
Donato inside to Trinkus, spins, puts it up, and doesn't get it to roll over the front of the rim. Kelly kicks to the corner. Tuhig puts up the 3, puts it in. Charlotte Tuhig, her 3rd triple of the night, and it's a 2-point lead for St. Joseph's Long Island. Hit it right in front of Casey Love, who had good closeout defense, but Tuhig has been on it all night.
The Knights can't get flustered here. Down 2, need a basket, but don't force one.
Donato's got a deep 2, and she hits to tie it back up at 35.
Really good answer. Take your time. Don't get jumpy. The right shot will come.
Kelly splits inside. Can't finish in close. Cashin did a good job on help side defense to disrupt that shot.
For both teams, just don't let the moment get too big. You've been in this spot before. You're tied at 35. Good move, get inside. Tough bounce. Won't fall.
Sierra goes right inside against Love, and a strong finish by Isabella Sierra, excuse me. And a timeout taken with 7:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. A full timeout taken by St. Joseph's Long Island. Will step aside with them. With 7:02 left to go, it's a 37-35 lead for St. Joseph's Long Island. .702 left to go in the fourth quarter. 37-35, the lead for the Golden Eagles of St. Joseph's Long Island. Matt Scalzo, Lucas Stackpole, glad you could be with us on this Tuesday evening. It's been a good one, and it's going to be coming down to the wire once again. Mount St. Mary and the Golden Eagles of St. Joseph's Long Island, both 10-3 in conference play, as Petrie on the backdoor feed from Cashin, just out of reach. The 21st turnover for the Knights. That has been the story offensively, along with that strong defense from St. Joseph's Long Island that has led to those 21 turnovers.
Good look, went for the baseball pass. I mean, she had it just down 2 in a spot like this. I don't know if that's a pass you want to try and force.
Kate Hughes has come into the contest for the first time. Good defense, kick out Barrios. She's got another big 3. And the lead grows to 5, the largest of the night for St. Joseph's Long Island. Coach Dietz going to that change with Kate Hughes, trying to find something to unlock this tough defense, as Hughes has it taken away by Sierra. Has Tuhig with her. Pass up ahead. Tuhig creates space, and the lead grows to 7. Timeout taken by Coach Dietz. It's a quick 5-0 run over the last minute for the Golden Eagles, and they've stretched it to a 7-point margin with how they're playing defense. That quick run there, Lucas, feels like what could be a knockout blow.
I mean, we'll see. It's hard to write off anybody just with the way this game has gone. But clutch shot there, followed by the steal and the big basket. Marion Dietz, I think, rightfully takes a timeout. We'll see what she's able to draw up. But the Golden Eagles, 7-point cushion, largest lead of the night. You have to be feeling pretty good.
And Lucas, when we were talking about in the open, the points in the paint margin was huge for Mount St. Mary. And the loss in December against St. Joseph's Long Island, 40-20. Tonight, it's just 18-16. And they've been trying to create something offensively the whole night inside the paint. Credit to Kerry Connolly and his team. He saw that as a point of weakness, and he's turned it into a point of strength for this defense.
The Long Island defense has just been nails. The Knights, have, for the most part, have done a good job beating them from outside, but just the swarm has really just been too much for the Knights to overcome, at least in this second half.
When talking with Coach Dietz ahead of today's contest, she said, I wanted to see us take more threes. That's something we struggled with in our losses. So far in this fourth quarter, they have yet to attempt a three. They're 1 for 6 from the floor. On the other side, the Golden Eagles have only gotten better from beyond the arc. They're 2 for 3 in this fourth quarter with a 3 from Tuhig and the most recent one from Barrios.
And for the Knights, you just can't start forcing shots. 7 points is not the end of the world. For the most part, you've done a solid job on offense. Just don't get outside of yourself here.
The inbound to Hughes. She spins away, has some space at the elbow, and Kate Hughes knocks through a big 2, brings the lead down to 5.
Big shot there.
Now it comes over to the defensive side of the ball that has been the strength for Mount St. Mary. And they force a turnover. The travel called against Gabrielle Antraci.
And that's just the way the game has gone. Big 7-0 run for the Eagles, followed by a basket for the Knights and a big defensive stop.
Petrie needs some help, finds Hughes, goes inside. Hughes with the right hand, a little strong. Love the offensive rebound. Guglielmo an open 3, off the mark. And a strong rebound from Spina. And Petrie forces a turnover. No, she does not. The referees are both pointing one way. One of the referees was pointing either at the referee saying he has the right call, or he was pointing towards Mount St. Mary ball. Either way, it was happening right in front of us. It looked like Petrie knocked that out of bounds off of a Golden Eagle, but it results in a bucket for Megan Spina right on the baseline.
And that's just a tough break. The Knights had a good opportunity to score. Good defense as well. Just big breakdown gets the Golden Eagles a bucket.
Guglielmo drives inside, and Spina draws a charge. There has just been nothing going offensively for Mount St. Mary. 16 points in the first quarter. They have just 21 combined over the last 2.5 quarters.
This Long Island defense has really just gone to another level when it matters the most.
Guglielmo dives on the floor. First one to it, draws a foul against Spina.
Really good defense there. 4.5 minutes to play. Need a big basket.
That's the second personal against Spina. No one really in any foul trouble for either side. Brianna Guglielmo's got 3 for Mount St. Mary. Donato, kick to Trinkus, throws it inside Hughes, and she draws a foul on the reach-in from Barrios. She picks up her 3rd.
Take the time to set up the offense. You're still down 7. You have the ball, and you've been playing good defense.
Guglielmo goes inside. Kick to Trinkus in the corner. Throws it inside Hughes. Up with the left. gets her own rebound, throws it out of bounds off the hands of Sierra. She's done a phenomenal job at jumping the lanes on these passes, on the kickouts that could be open looks for the Knights.
Good job by Hughes there getting her own rebound. The Knights have a fresh 20 to hopefully draw something up.
Trinkus back inside Hughes, blocked away. Suhig up ahead. One-on-one with Love. She retreats back out up top. Spina will attack off the bounce, and Love draws a charge.
Good effort there. The lead's still 7. It's still not insurmountable, but 3.5 minutes to play. You have to start something. Start taking initiative.
Donato, spot up 3.
Got it.
Big time shot from Angelina Donato. Cuts the lead down to 4.
Don't get jumpy on defense. No pointless fouls. Good job by Long Island to break the press. Could have been rung up for a foul there. Long Island definitely being methodical with the basketball.
Inside, kick out Sierra, the open 3. Long, loose ball. Oh, stays with St. Joseph's Long Island.
Tough break there for the Knights. Really good defense. You have to find a way to come down with that rebound.
Pass inside, Spina. Tuhig, another 3. Hits off the top of the hoop, so that'll be a free rebound for Mount St. Mary, one that they will gladly take, trailing by 4.
Still a lot of time left, still only a 4-point game.
Donato, the kick to Trinkus.
Long 2 won't go. Good rebound.
Hughes inside, has it knocked away, gets it to Guglielmo, and it's a 2-point game.
Trading runs the whole night, Matt. 5-0 run now for the Knights. We'll see how long it takes Long Island to call a timeout.
Barrios, she's been hot all night. Misses here, but Tuhig picks it up and now throws it, I believe, off the face of Sierra and into the hands of the Knights. Love up ahead. The kick to Hughes for the tie. Long.
Ball's loose.
Tie up. They go to the arrow, and it points to the Golden Eagles.
Good look there for Hughes. Hot hand. I don't hate that shot there.
Kate Hughes has come into this contest in the 4th quarter. She's been big offensively. Coach Dietz likes to go to her late in games. She's a mature presence, has a calming presence for this team. Missed all of last year with an ACL injury. Has been big to get her back.
And you can definitely tell how instrumental she is in this team. Really good 4th quarter, either scoring the ball or crashing the boards.
Press is broken. Under 2 minutes to go. This game has never been tied.
That's exactly what the people came for, Matt. Coming down to the wire.
Spina moves against Donato. Pushes it off. Trinkus forces the turnover. Tangle up. No foul call.
I don't know how that wasn't a foul. Definitely getting chippy late, and the referees, for better or for worse, letting him go at it.
Guglielmo. Offensive foul called against Kate Hughes. Now, you're talking about it. It's definitely getting chippy. Gabrielle Andriachi and Maggie Trinkus were the ones that were tied up behind the court. Trinkus came down low trying to create inside position and got a full 2-hand shove from Andriachi. She'll check out. Emma Kelly comes in. And you talked about it. This is where, you have to draw the line at some point as the officials.
And the official came over and gave a warning after the whole altercation, so somebody saw it. Just nobody opted to do anything.
Pressure being ramped up. Sierra kicks it out as we near the final minute. Kelly in trouble.
Really good defense.
And a timeout called with 6 seconds on the shot clock, 55.1 seconds to go in the quarter. If you're Coach Connolly and St. Joseph's Long Island, Lucas, what are you drawing up out of this timeout? Who are you going to?
A lot of Long Island's inbound plays I've noticed are three that end up in three-pointers in the top of the key. You have 6 seconds, so you can't take too much time trying to set something up. I think Long Island is a big shot away here. Any shot makes it a 2-possession game. If you're the Knights, you just cannot foul, force a shot, and come down with a rebound.
I'll give you a whole reset here of the game. 2-point lead for St. Joseph's Long Island, 55.1 seconds to go, 6 seconds on the shot clock. The possession arrow points the way of the Knights. In terms of timeouts, 3 remain for Coach Dietz and the Knights squad. Coach Kerry Connolly just has 2 remaining for St. Joseph's Long Island. They burn one there, and Charlotte Tuhig will trigger the inbound on the far side of the court.
The only thing, if you're the Knights, you cannot foul on the shot here. You just can't foul at all. 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Sierra gets in the lane short, gets her own rebound, can't finish. Trinkus has the rebound, and a timeout taken by Coach Dietz and Mount St. Mary with 48.1 seconds to go. They get the stop. Now they got possession.
And the Knights catch a really big break there. That was the one thing you couldn't do. Let up an offensive rebound. Beautiful chance for second chance points. The shot just does not fall. And that's exactly, the Knights really do catch a break. 48.1 to play. 30 seconds, of course, on the shot clock. Need a basket, but you can't force anything.
.1 seconds to go. Lucas and I had this trouble over the weekend. We believe 5 fouls is the point where a team goes into the 1-and-1 bonus. And right now, St. Joseph's Long Island has 4 team fouls, 3 for Mount St. Mary. So something to watch as this one moves along. Now the timeouts left, 2 apiece. 48.1 seconds to go. It'll be a fresh 30 for the Knights. And as I've said throughout this one, this game's never been tied. There's been lead changes, but at no point other than when it was 0-0 to start the game was this game tied. And, of course, timeouts late in the game in the fourth quarter in women's basketball, they are able to move the ball up across half court, get set up in the front court, and this creates a chance for a 2-for-1 opportunity depending on how quick the Knights go offensively.
And obviously the biggest thing here for the Knights is take care of the ball. That's been a problem the whole game. And now in the game's biggest moment, be careful.
Petrie bounces around.
Offensive rebound. 2 seconds between shot and game clock.
Actually, it's around 12. It reset to 20.
Okay, my mistake.
Love drives inside, loses it, but possession stays with the Knights. 23.8 seconds to go in the game, 12 on the shot clock. Casey Love, another huge offensive rebound, creates another chance for the Knights.
The Knights are so close to making that final push through. A lot of opportunities as of late. They just haven't gotten that big shot to fall. And 12 seconds on the shot clock, 23 seconds left in the game. You're down by 2. No better time to sink that big one.
As we look through this game, it's been defense all the way around. 35.3% from the floor for the Knights, 29.8% for St. Joseph's. 2 scorers in double figures for the Knights, both with 11. Casey Love, Angelina Donato. Charlotte Tuhig in her return to the Kaplan Center has been big. 14 points, that leads the team and the game for St. Joseph's Long Island. Battle for second place, coming down to the final moments once again. This has been where Mount St. Mary struggled. All 3 of their conference losses, all by 3 points. Are they able to find that tying bucket late in the game?
And that was a really good look from Petrie to tie the game, too. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Guglielmo triggers the inbound, looking for help, gets it to Love. Love inside. Up with the left, no. Guglielmo the follow, gets a tie! Offensive rebounds, that has been the story the whole night, and it's in favor of the Knights late in the game. Brianna Guglielmo ties it with 17.9 seconds to go. Timeout taken by St. Joseph's Long Island. This will again push the ball across half court. The shot clock is dark. And now if you're the Knights, you need one more defensive stop.
And no matter which way this ends up, Matt, what an effort from the Knights down the stretch. We were talking about Long Island went up by 7. You asked me, is that the dagger? Does that feel like the dagger? And the Knights have just been relentless, crashing the boards, huge second chance points, and they're right back in it.
I don't think we would have expected anything less from this contest here between these two. The first meeting this season was incredibly close between these two. Looking back at that game, of course, the 66-63 win. In regulation, it was tied at 60 with 56 seconds to go off 2 free throws from Brianna Guglielmo. Then it was tied at 62 on a layup from Aaron LaFaro with 32 seconds left. A free throw by LaFaro to complete the and one gave the Knights the lead. And then it was Isabella Sierra with the layup that put them up by 1. They got another bucket late in the game. Quiet.
And this is the first game, at least, we've done together. This has been everything we wanted it to be. Both teams 10-3. This game, obviously, for second place in the Skyline. It has been an absolute battle. Both teams have gone up by 6-7 points now, and each time nobody's really been able to hold it. If you're the Knights, if you're Long Island, you have to be planning on taking the last shot here. If you're the Knights, don't foul, don't shoot yourself in the foot, and the same thing goes for Long Island. The game is in your hands here. You have the last shot. You cannot afford to turn the ball over.
Shot clock is dark. Isabel Sierra will give it over to Charlotte Tuhig. Under 10, off to Tuhig. They called a foul against Lauren Petrie, and the Knights do have a foul to give. So that forces the whole reset with 6.2 seconds to go. I was a little confused at first, but then I realized there was a foul to give.
I'm not sure that was intentional, though. I mean, the Knights, really good defensive set. Timeout Long Island, they'll try and draw something up. I'm not 100% sure that was an intentional foul, but either way, I mean, it's one the Knights can afford to give up. Now, 6.2, it's a nightmare scenario if you foul on the last shot.
Either way, if they're shooting, they're going to be going to the line. It'll be the 5th foul either way. Coach Kerry Connolly will take his final timeout. There is still one left to go for Mount St. Mary, but I don't imagine there's going to be much time left for them to draw up that play that you can able to push across half court. Takes around a second to get a shot off. I think the real science of it is 0.7 is around that mark to get a shot off.
That's just the no-brainer. The Golden Eagles have 6.2 seconds. They're going to want to take the last shot. They're going to hold the ball for as long as they can. You just cannot take the chance. You cannot give the Knights the ball back.
Who do you go to if you're the Golden Eagles?
I think you have to give it to Tuhig, who's been the spark plug of the offense all night. Done a really good job moving off the ball.
Looking for the inbound.
Good defense there. Timeout Knights.
I believe, did they call a foul? I can't tell. Casey Love had a complete shocked look on her face.
Where would the foul have been?
No, I believe they did get the timeout. I'm just confused by the Knights standing at midcourt.
And you're right, Love did look stunned.
They were able to get the timeout with 4.5 seconds to go. There hasn't been an official announcement. They did get the timeout. They will.
Okay. I was about to be really confused.
I was also confused. A 30-second timeout by Mount St. Mary. They will hold they will get the last shot with 4.5 seconds to go, tied at 44. They will inbound to the far side from the camera angle for those of you watching along at home, right at that NCAA logo across from the Mount St. Mary bench.
And for the Golden Eagles, that's a nightmare scenario I didn't even consider. You can't afford to turn it in on the inbound. Everything was in your favor.
They didn't have the timeout in case it got down late, and it did. And the Knights had the strong defense.
Incredible defense, and that's just been the testament to the game for both teams. I mean, respectively, the Knights averaged 70 points a game, Long Island roughly 68, and we're tied at 44 coming down to the last shot. I think if you're the Knights, you're looking for a 3-ball here. You've had a hard time getting the ball inside the whole night. But obviously, with 4.5 seconds, you can't be too picky with the shot you want to take.
Petrie will inbound it to Guglielmo. Guglielmo's got a lane. Short. And they are not able to get the follow-up. We will be going to an extra period. Overtime. We'll have to decide these two. Lucas, both these teams have had a lead. It was a 10-point lead in the second quarter for Mount St. Mary, an 11-0 run, switched it back to St. Joseph's Long Island. They had a 7-point lead with under 4 minutes to go in the fourth, and a 7-0 run to close out the fourth quarter from the Knights has us tied for the first time all night.
And just a relentless attack down the stretch for the Knights. That's what I'd hang my hat on. And offensive rebounds, big baskets. And Guglielmo had a really good chance to win the game for Mount St. Mary, and now we just get 5 minutes of bonus basketball.
Well, Lucas and I will catch our breath, try and calm ourselves down. It'll be an exciting finish between these two. 44 all, overtime coming up next. Welcome back to overtime. Mount St. Mary, St. Joseph's, Long Island. We'll do it all over again. The ball is up, and it is won by the Knights of Mount St. Mary. Matt Scalzo, Lucas Stackpole, glad you could be with us. The battle for second place will go to overtime. Donato, open look to start it, and she knocks it through. And timeout as Isabella Sierra is slow to get up, and this is not a sight you want to see. She has had such a strong night. I don't think she's really left the floor ever in this game.
You hate to see anybody get hurt, and like you said, Matt, she's just been instrumental to this offense. Just got tied up there with Donato. Hopefully she's all right.
She's helped up and is limping off the court. She's played over, I don't know where my full fourth quarter stats are, but she's played over 36 minutes in this game. She's just basically been on the floor the entire game. And now she has to exit. And a change will be made here as Guglielmo nearly steals it. Emma Kelly gets it across.
Good defense.
That was going to be numbers the other way for St. Joseph's Long Island, and good job by Angelina Donato to get in front of it.
And now for both teams, I mean, as far as you're concerned, it's 0-0. This is basically restarting the first quarter. You have 5 minutes. Obviously a close game, but it's not like you're taking the last shot yet.
First overtime game for St. Joseph's Long Island. I believe this is the second for the Knights. Spinning inside and finishing is Felicia Barrios, who has been phenomenal off the bench. Ties it up at 46. She's got 10 points off the bench, including a pair of threes. Now we're so big down the stretch.
Both sides, you can afford to slow it down now, set up your offense. I mean, obviously, big moment. Guglielmo for three. Good rebound.
Casey Love again, and now she attacks inside. Kick out Donato for three. Bullseye.
And that has just been the big theme down the stretch. Second chance points, Matt. Every game we've done together, I've stressed how it's gone against the Knights. Good move to get inside. Can't get a much easier layup than that.
Spinna brings it down to one. Casey Love, 7 rebounds. That ties a team high, has 11 points as well. Donato now moves in front with 16 points. That leads the game. Love, the slip to Guglielmo. Tripped up and the takeaway by Tuhig. Up ahead numbers, Spina. Oh, count it. What a big basket by Megan Spina. Goes on a quick 4-0 run all by herself, and St. Joseph's Long Island is back in front, up by 1. Spina will look to complete the 3-point play.
And that's just a lose-lose for Mount St. Mary. It's a 2-on-1, easy 2 points. I don't hate the foul there, just a really good effort to get that shot to fall.
Isabella Sierra comes back in, the senior guard out of Hicksville, New York. Spina, a 71% free throw shooter, knocks it through. The lead grows to 2 with just over 3 minutes left to go. And it was defense all night long, and now in overtime it feels like the cover over the rim has been lifted off as Love ties it, driving inside against Tuhig. Guglielmo caught out of position.
And for Love, really, that's the first time all night where the Knights have just walked into the ballroom uncontested.
3 on the way from Tuhig.
Out of play.
And a foul is called off ball. Donato trying to box out Gabrielle Andriacci. She'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. And Andriacci, she's been physical. She's been doing a good job battling down low. Saw her get tied up with Trinkus, now Donato. Misses. Guess it's a double bonus. It was an off-ball foul.
Missed them both. And I'm just as confused as you are, Matt, because normally the fouls reset every time we start a new quarter.
Donato inside, and a charge is called against Donato. Taking that is Spina.
And the referee's letting it fly now in the overtime period. That had to have been a shooting foul, because if that was a charge and Long Island was in the bonus, they'd be at the line. So the free throws they just got, unless there's some sort of miscommunication at the scorer's table, the free throws they just had would have been a shooting foul. I think that's what the referees are trying to figure out now. Because that would answer the question of the 1-and-1 and who's in the bonus and everything we just talked about.
Well, we didn't get our answer because they're going to inbound it.
Yeah, nothing has changed on the scoreboard, and nothing has changed on the floor.
And it was Tuhig that took the shot down there, so it couldn't have been a shooting foul, because otherwise Charlotte Tuhig would have been at the line for St. Joseph's Long Island. For those of you at home that are confused, trust me and Lucas are also right there, unless we're missing something. But I don't believe we are. Something.
Foul, as of right now, the foul, good steal.
Casey Love, she's been on it all night long. Feeds it over to Guglielmo, up top Trinkus, the give off to Love. Short, Trinkus offensive rebound, goes back up with it, comes up short. And a reach-in is called.
2 really good looks there, Matt.
Trinkus will get called with the foul, and now we will get shots on the other end with Isabella Sierra. That's just a charge. It doesn't result in a 1-and-1, which would make sense. In my mind, it does at least. Sierra 67% at the line. Misses the first. That has been the one blemish, if you would call it, for St. Joseph's Long Island. 4 for 8 at the free throw stripe tonight.
And the last 4 free throws the Golden Eagles have taken with a chance to take the lead, they've missed all 4 of them. If you're the Knights, you've caught in back-to-back breaks. Need to put something in the basket here.
Kate Hughes back into it. Guglielmo, backdoor Trinkus. Off the window and out.
Don't foul. Good steal, Guglielmo, count it!
Trinkus stayed with it, took it out of the hands of Andriacci. And the Knights are back in front by 2. The press is out. Sierra's open in the corner, looking for the lead.
No foul on the contest either.
But an offensive rebound by Andriacci, avenging that defensive rebound that was taken away. Tuhig, step back long 2, rolls in and out. Good box out by Guglielmo for the board. And Casey Love will bring it across with a minute 20 left to go in overtime. A 2-point lead for the Knights.
The basket here, best case scenario, give yourself some breathing room. That's been the hardest part. Both teams have gone up by 7, even 10 points, but they can't really put any distance between them and the competitor.
Love with under 10 to go. Hand off to Trinkus. Backdoor feed looking for Petrie, and Sierra takes it away. But Hughes, the steal, and the finish.
And Matt, this is just incredible. What a defensive effort in the second half from the Knights. Timeout Golden Eagles, and this place is rocking.
Lucas, you talked about over the weekend. This is, you put out your plea to the Mount St. Mary fan base. If you wanted to see a good game, come out, pack the Kaplan Center. They've done that, and this crowd has been into it the whole night. Kate Hughes, how about that? The graduate student from Rockaway Beach, New York, missed all last season with the ACL injury. Hadn't seen her the whole night through the first 3 quarters. Marion Dietz makes that change in lineup, puts in Hughes, one of her veteran leaders. If she had captains, Kate Hughes would likely be one of them. And she loves her because of that mature, calming presence on the court. And she comes up with likely the biggest basket of the game, at least in overtime for sure.
Biggest basket of the game to date. I mean, there's still a lot of basketball left, so the game is obviously far from over. But just a brick wall on defense. What an effort the last 4 minutes of regulation and even in overtime. Big steals, second chance points. And this Knights defense, as of right now, has them in a good spot. Obviously a timeout for Long Island, and if you're the Knights, you're working with a 4-point lead. It's 2 possessions. A basket here is not the end of the world, but you can't get jumpy. Don't foul. Come down with a rebound if you get the chance.
And if you're St. Joseph's Long Island, you don't need a 3 in this scenario, but if you are going to go for 2, you need to get it before it gets under 30.
A made shot here, obviously ideal for the Golden Eagles. Good steal again, fast break.
Petrie all alone.
Got it.
6-point lead, the defense leading to the offense. The shot clock is dark.
That pass deflected again.
Spina traveled, going back the other way.
Restricted airspace, all of overtime for the Knights. Just an incredible finish down the stretch. Timeout Knights, obviously this game's still not over, but if you're the Golden Eagles, you have to think about fouling. Down 6 with 22 seconds. Stranger things have happened, but I think you can exhale ever so slightly.
22.8 seconds to go. Coach Dietz takes the timeout, and that also advances the basketball. So the Knights are able to throw it all the way to the backcourt if they want to. And if you're St. Joseph's Long Island, you're obviously going to foul. You're going to try and force a 5-second call or force a turnover. But if you're looking at who's on the floor, you would expect Maggie Trinkus. She's a 73% free throw shooter. Casey Love, 81%. Lauren Petrie's out there. She shoots 84% from the line. Angelina Donato, she's the lowest at 62.5 coming into today. And Brianna Guglielmo shoots 70%. Guglielmo is the only player that has gone to the free throw line, and that was when she was fouled on her 3-point attempt way back whenever that was. I believe it was in the first half.
And now for the Knights, if you really want to put that final nail in the casket, you have to do the 2 things the Golden Eagles didn't do.
Spina takes it the other way.
The one big thing was don't turn the ball over. The other big thing is if you get fouled, make your free throws. Obviously, we talked about it with the game tied at 51. The Golden Eagles went to the line 2 separate instances and went a combined 0 for 4.
Megan Spina, she has struggled from beyond the arc, but she has ramped it up all over the place. She's 0 for 5 from 3, but she's got she's now up to a team high 15 points. Love can't hit the first one. A rare miss from Casey Love, shooting 81% the line. But this is just her first trip to the free throw line so far tonight. Spina's also got 8 rebounds to go along with 4 steals.
If Love can get this one to go down, it would put the lead at 5. Can't get it to fall if you're the Knights.
And she fouls Spina. With 15 seconds to go, Casey Love puts her hands on her head. She knows she couldn't do that. And now Spina will be able to shoot 2. The clock's not moving. This is huge for St. Joseph's Long Island. It's been these late game scenarios where Mount St. Mary has struggled against these top teams in the Skyline. As Lucas has talked about, Golden Eagles 0 for 4 at the line.
0 for 5.
0 for their last 5.
Really bad bounce. And again, I don't want to call it in favor of anybody, but if you miss this one, you're in a really bad spot. If this one goes down, obviously still a one-possession game.
And you get the box out, and Spina gets it. Lead down to 3.
One-possession game. The Golden Eagles will foul, so they need some help at the line.
And it's Donato that will be going to the free throw line. As I talked about, Donato, the lowest on the floor in terms of free throw percentage, 62.5% on the season.
And you know, if you're a competitor, if you're an athlete of any kind, this is exactly where you want to be. Up 3, 2 of the biggest free throws of the game. No matter who you are, you want to be in this spot.
Comes up short. Over the last 4 games, Donato has only gone to the line once. That was to complete a 3-point play against Farmingdale State in their last contest. She misses.
Don't foul. Oh.
And Guglielmo fouls Spina. The fans are irate.
I don't know if that's a foul. I can see where they called it, but I don't know if that's a foul, so unless she just lost her footing.
And so Megan Spina will go back to the line. She has single-handedly brought St. Joseph's Long Island back into this game. Had the steal on the inbound with Mount St. Mary up by 6. Got it down to a 4-point game. Went 1 for 2 on her last trip on the foul from Love. And since those Casey Love free throws, only 5 seconds have come off the clock.
And this has been a nightmare 45 seconds for the Knights.
Spina rattles it in. Up to 17 points, 3 for 4 at the line. She's got a double-double with 10 rebounds.
Need this free throw because obviously you have to send the Knights back to the line. If this one goes and the Knights make both, still a one-possession game.
And she knocks it through. Just a 1-point game with 10.7 seconds to go. Petrie on the inbound gets it to Love. She's triple-teamed. Got it off to Trinkus, but she was fouled before she delivered the pass. And Casey Love will go back to the free throw line. The heartbeat of this Mount St. Mary team. And Coach Dietz had captain. She said Casey Love, without a doubt, would be one of them. She said she could write a book about Casey Love. This will be another chapter in what's been an illustrious career for the senior from Staten Island.
You absolutely need both here. Both obviously makes it a 3-point lead. Still tying, but Long Island can't beat you. Big shot there.
Makes the first, the lead grows to 2.
And I don't know if this is for lack of the scoreboard update, which has been a theme this overtime, but neither team has a timeout. Meaning if no matter what happens here, the Golden Eagles are just going to have to gun it. Huge second free throw.
Love makes both, and the lead is up to 3.
Gotta have to shoot it. No timeouts.
It's off the hand of Petrie. It'll stay with St. Joseph's Long Island. Nearly a game-ending turnover. Lucas, do you foul with 1 second left? Up by 3.
I think you let it ride, Matt. Like you were talking about, there's an NBA rule. If it's under, I believe it's 0.7, there's literally a mathematical amount of time it takes to get a shot off. And Long Island does not have much longer than that. Got it off. Wuko!
Andriacci looked for the tie. She didn't get it, and Mount St. Mary was on the mat in the 4th quarter. They came back from the dead, forced overtime, and they get the win. They hold on after a late push from Megan Spina and the Golden Eagles, and they improved to 11-3 in conference play. Most importantly, they hold sole possession of 2nd place in the Skyline.
And that whole game is just what good basketball teams do. I mean, the 4-game win streak obviously ran everybody out of the gym, but they weren't terribly competitive teams. This was the big statement game. This is a team you lost to earlier in the regular season. How are you going to respond? And like you said, that last 4 minutes, down 7, the Knights come out of the grave, tie it, commanding an overtime. Almost got away from them. We won't have to dwell on that. Huge win for Mount St. Mary.
It's been 3 3-point losses in conference play. Well, it's a 3-point win over a team that they lost to earlier in the year. Looking ahead for both of these teams, it gets easier. On Saturday, St. Joseph's Long Island will be back at home taking on the College of Old Westbury team and last in the Skyline Conference. Meanwhile, for Mount St. Mary, they have a week off, 8 days till their next game, which is next Wednesday the 5th at Yeshiva, a team that they dominated earlier in the year. Lucas and I had the call on that one as well. But that'll do it for tonight's contest. Lucas, it was a pleasure to be on this call with you.
Easily the best game we've gotten the pleasure of doing so far, and I look forward to more of these down the stretch.
Well, that'll do it for tonight's broadcast. Special thanks to our entire production crew. For my broadcast partner, Lucas Stackpole, I'm Matt Scalzo saying so long from the Kaplan Center. The Knights with an overtime, thrilling victory over St. Joseph's Long Island. We'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.